You're very welcome back. Now, our next guest is beloved for his comedy both here and across the pond.
Yes, but first, before we talk to the beloved Des Bishop, that's so nice, let's take a look at him doing his thing.
But it's hard not to look and feel like an old man because my knee is not recovering well. So literally, Hannah wants to have kids, but I'm not even gonna lie. It's physically hard right now to make them. It's actually difficult to do it physically. So I said to Hannah, I was like, listen, if you have to put a knee brace on to make a child, it's probably a good sign you're too old to have one. That's all I'm saying.
Wow, I tell you, that is one of the newest jokes that I like. That is so hot off the press, that joke. The fact that it's now on Ireland AM is hilarious to me. But that is how much the world has changed. Do you know that is filmed in a function room in Clane, County Kildare? It used to be like 2 years in advance, book Vicar Street to record the special. Now it's my opener, Stephen Mullins, like Sony digital camera, and now it's on Ireland
AM, that's where we've come to, Des.
Yeah, it's a good game.
So what medical instruments
What are you
have
looking at?
advanced in furthering your knee? Because it doesn't sound like it worked too well.
Well, I was literally here like a week before I had surgery the last time. And then it was fun. Listen, it went great, and I was progressing well. But now I have chondromalacia. Thank God I'm married. It'd be hard to find a wife now. It's like, hey, you know what chondromalacia is? But softening of the cartilage under my kneecap, which is, a little bit of a complication to... My other knee has it too, but it's asymptomatic. But this is very symptomatic because of the
So you're like Joe Biden, the knees are gone.
Getting the
I'm not
bony
like Joe
bruising.
Biden. What's that?
They're getting the bony bruising on it because
I
it's
don't
not
even
the
know what it is.
cartilage.
Anyway, listen,
I know all
it's
about
fine.
it.
You know, all the rugby guys know about it.
Yeah.
The rest of us are like, that knee, that knee.
Well,
My knee sounds like a creaky door.
Yeah.
know?
Well, my wife hears me coming up the stairs. So that's more the reason we don't have any more kids. Whatever about the knee.
Yeah. Well,
I can hear that. I can feel the podcast now. Knees up with Tommy and Des.
Yeah, that's it. Works.
But there's one thing, because you're there talking about the kids with Hannah, and it's so funny because women are normally asked about kids all the time. I've seen so many bits of your comedy where you're talking about having kids or not.
Well, because
Role reversal.
Did I say this? I feel like I might have said this last time, but I'll say it again just in case I didn't. I always say, since I was single in my 40s, people are always like, you got to have children. You don't want to die alone. That's what they always say. You don't want to die alone. Huh? And I think well, actually, you're dying only for like a very short... The dying time is like a tiny time, whereas like a kid is 30 years. It's really not worth it. And by the way, no guarantee they're going to be there. That's the other thing. Imagine 30 years just to have a few chats at the end and then they're not there. No, I'm good. I'll talk to a nurse. I'm fine.
Tell her a few jokes.
I'll do
made a
karaoke with a Filipino nurse. We'll both be delighted. Be happy out.
Kind of want you to film that and put that up now. That would be good.
Well, I lived in Asia, so I know that the
what's going on.
karaoke is peak entertainment over there.
You've been back over in Ireland for a while. You're on tour, obviously, at the minute. Because you're obviously based back in America. Do you enjoy getting back?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I still have my gaff in Rialto.
Okay.
So I gotta check on the gaff.
Yeah, lovely.
And bought it in 2005.
Oh,
You remember? There's a great time.
Yes.
The real estate agent said, it's a no-brainer. And he was correct. No brain to do it. But anyway, it's fine now. Fine. And Rialto's doing great these days. So yeah, no, I love getting back.
Yeah.
Everybody's here. All my friends are here. Like the family that's left of mine is still in the States, and that's great. But I still most of my life's in Ireland, so when I'm here, I get to see everybody, and it's great.
Do you find that people know you here as well? Because this is the other thing in America, isn't there this whole competition, like, who is Des Bishop? And you're pretty much known as Hannah Berner's husband everywhere you go over there, is that right?
I mean, well, I joke about that, yeah. When I come back here, then I get recognized again. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And then I'll get some 23-year-old stop me for a selfie. What? Look at this.
People magazine, who is Hannah Berner's husband? All about Des Bishop in People magazine.
People magazine. Yes, yeah, People. Listen, legacy meaning, who cares?
How dare you? How dare you?
But no, the joke I say, which is true, is like some 23 or 25-year-old will come up to me in the street in Ireland and be like, can I get a selfie? And I'll be like, yeah, I'm down with the young people. And they'll be like, my mother loves you.
You're like, for God's
That's
sake.
where I'm at now.
Sign the
John
emer-
Bishop joked that he says, well, you get my mother loves you, I get my gran loves you.
But there's something going on with you. You and John have a new podcast together.
The way he said that was like we were having an affair.
No, sorry.
Could be next.
But you did have an argument over, about him being older than you. Not an argument, but you were talking about the fact that you're older. I'm the young one in this relationship.
Oh, yeah. So that came because John and I have a new podcast called The Bishop Exchange. And we sometimes get voice messages in rather than just like text in. We like to hear, we call them the congregation because we're both bishops. And we have a big decision probably to make very soon. Anyway,
Maybe.
so
The smoke is going on.
The smoke is getting ready to pop. So anyway, somebody messaged in, it was hilarious, said, just hypothetically, if you guys were in a relationship, do you think it would work out? Like if you were in a homosexual relationship? So it was very funny because we were bouncing around like who would be who. And John always liked to make it seem like I'm the older one because I have a bad knee, But he's in denial about who he is.
It goes back to the knee again.
Yeah, because we joke about my ailments, and then he's really trying to make me out to be the old one. But
Because you have a podcast with Hannah as well, but it's probably younger. You're probably like younger and female. You can't.
yeah, honestly, that's largely her fans.
Do you feel you can't really complain about your sore knee and stuff? It's not really
Can't
going to
mention cons in
connect.
Malaysia. Whereas me and John be just high-fiving because he also had his ACL done about like 5 years ago. So we can really crank out on like joint mobility. Be like, what's the best way to warm up your lumbar spine at
listen.
6 a.m.?
I hear you.
It's going to be a special
Me, I
guest
know all
on the
about it. Exactly.
I didn't know the sections of my spine when I was in my 30s, but I'll tell you.
You know now.
Each joint, what does the C4, C5, where does that pain radiate to? Radiates into your arm.
Okay, guys, the Bishop Exchange, it's your new health podcast. That's what
Anyway,
you
John
need.
didn't know what a twink was, which was very hilarious. I was like...
A twink and a zaddy.
Yeah, I said, John, who's the twink in this relationship? He was like, what's a twink? I was like, this is great. John thought he was going to talk about knee pain. Now he's talking about our fantasy gay relationship.
This is real education.
Hey, Bishop
podcast,
Exchange.
isn't it?
The bishop...
He did try to pull the wool over your eyes, though.
What about...
Which was caught recently. He'd asked you how much you'd pay an opener if you were going on tour.
Oh, yes. that was like literally like a week and a half ago. He was asking me like, what would you, because he doesn't use openers. So he wanted to, so I was giving him like, I don't know. I was worried that he was going to be like that much because he doesn't use them. So I was giving him like lowish / middle of the road numbers. And it was fine. We had a decent chat about it. And then the following week on air, he goes, do you want to be my opener? I was like, wait a minute. I didn't know I was negotiating for myself. I haven't made that decision yet, actually, so we'll see.
Have you kind of lowballed yourself almost?
I
Shot yourself out of
literally
your
lowballed
job.
myself.
How are you enjoying it? Because obviously you're doing it in whether he's in Ireland or Liverpool or you're in America, all that kind of, it's all working out well.
Yeah, well, he's all over the place, too. That's why he
Yeah.
wanted. He wanted to do it remote. And as some people in the room know, actually both done pods, it's pretty easy to do. So you might as well do it.
It's good fun, isn't it? It's like you and John, good mates. It's an easy way to catch up as well. So it works all the way.
Oh, that was John's thing. He was like, hey, we're talking on the phone. We might as well turn it into content.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, tell us about your new show because you are on the Olympia this week. You're Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yes.
Is that right? So the new show, it's called Lately, right? Your last couple of shows have been a bit on the dark side.
No, just the last one. It seems like a couple because the pandemic split it
Yeah.
in two. But it was 2020 to basically 2023 because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was Me and Mama. It's about my dead mom. This one is very lighthearted.
Okay.
Even though I kept one or two of the two of the jokes that really fit into this current show from Me and Mama are still in it. But my dead mom only gets like 3 minutes in this one as opposed to the full
show. She's going to have words with you when she next sees you. She's going to have an issue.
Yeah.
So Why have I only got 3 minutes?
Yeah, but I've done that before because I did one about my dad. My dad was in James Bond, and that was kind of like heavy, but good, but heavy. And then the next one was like about drumming, and it was very lighthearted and kind of like a lot hip-hoppy. Okay. So this is, again, the sort of after a heavy show, lighthearted, a lot of nostalgia. I mean, that you just saw a joke. That's literally a joke from it. It's very rare that I would like show a joke from the actual show, but that is a joke from
God bless social media. God bless it being there. But you're going all around the country, and I know Tommy wanted to ask you last night when we were texting about this interview.
I went in to see him already about the Olympia because we're on the Olympia.
What do you want to ask me?
Myself and Donica are on the Olympia next week. Haven't done it before. How do you not bomb on the Olympia stage?
Well, first of all, the Olympia is a great venue.
Okay, good start.
You guys will be fine. You know?
Okay.
To
Just tell
bomb-
stories
to-
about our ACLs.
To bomb, you have to shut up, which is not going to be a problem for you guys.
Okay, no, we're not going to bomb that.
No, the
sense.
podcast shows especially because they're so excited because it's like a parasocial relationship. They've become deeply connected to
Yeah.
you. So then when you walk out, they're like, "Oh my God."
Warren's going, she's never listened to a minute
I
of
think
it.
you're gonna.
I've listened to that
It comes up on my
podcast.
algorithm. The algorithm knows I'm into rugby and knows I'm a Munster devotee.
Oh,
and
yes.
he's from the glory days.
Part of the
baby.
red media.
He's
Yeah.
from the glory days, baby.
The red knickers will be
before
on
our
stage
halves
in
got
the Olympia.
second place in the choosing.
I know.
Now they've got more things to talk about, Ulster and Munster, and giving out about Leinster.
honest.
Des' new show lately, it's on in the 3 Olympia. It's on Wednesday, February 26th. It's running until the Friday. 3 nights
Yeah,
inside
Thursday's the
Olympia.
biggie, though.
Thursday's
Thursday
the
I
big
put
one.
on very recently, so flock to the Thursday.
Get that one. Dates in Cork, Kerry, Belfast. Tickets available on Ticketmaster, as always, and the Bishop Exchange, the new podcast.
That's right,
Des
wherever you get
Bishop.
your pods.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for
Cheers.
having me.
Thanks so